In a far-off corner of space, beside a wide silver station floating above the green planet Velen, a human scientist stood before a council of alien leaders. Her name was Hannah Lee, and today was important. It was the first time a human was allowed to speak in front of the Galactic Knowledge Union, powerful group made up of leaders from many alien races. Hannah wore a dark blue uniform with Earth's symbol on her chest. She looked calm, but her heart was racing, not because she was scared, but because she knew what the others thought of her kind. To the aliens, humans were strange. They looked soft, they were small, they smiled too much, they cried too easily. Some aliens even called them adorable, cute. It made Hannah's stomach twist. She stepped onto the platform. Around her, alien leaders sat watching. Some were tall and green-skinned. Some were short with glowing eyes. Others had sharp teeth and claws, wearing armor and badges of war. But they all looked at Hannah the same way, like she was a child holding a toy. "Thank you all for joining me," Hannah said. Politely. Her voice was clear, simple, but strong. "Today I want to show you something special, something very meaningful to my people." She tapped a button on her datapad. A large screen lit up behind her. The first image appeared. A lion, golden fur, sharp teeth, proud eyes, then a grizzly bear. Massive, powerful. Then a wolf pack running together across snow. Then an eagle flying high, claws out, hunting. Some aliens chuckled. One, a gray-skinned Zentari official, leaned toward another and whispered, "Earth shows us animals now?" Another laughed. "Pets. How adorable." Hannah didn't laugh. "These creatures are not just pets," she said. "They are partners, friends, family." A thin alien with glowing feathers tilted her head. "You live with these beasts, willingly." Hannah replied. "We live with them. We train them. We protect each other." More whispers filled the room. Most were amused. One Grak soldier scoffed loudly. "And none of them attack you?" "No," said Hannah, "because we respect them, and in return, they respect us." The room fell into quiet confusion, not fear, just disbelief. In another part of the station, near a security room, a human named Jin Park watched the live feed of Hannah's presentation. He was a former soldier, now working as a diplomatic guard. He'd seen a lot fights on alien planets, giant space creatures, wars with pirates. Everywhere he went, aliens said the same thing. Humans were funny, harmless, cute. Jin sipped his water and muttered, "Cute, huh? Let's see what they say after this." His friend, a younger guard named Dae-yoon, walked in. "How's the speech?" "They're still laughing," Jin replied. "Even after seeing a bear," Dae-yoon grinned. "Maybe it's time we show them the truth." Back on Earth, in a quiet farm village, a girl named Mina played outside with her pet. But it wasn't a dog. It was a mid-sized black-scaled beast with yellow eyes and long claws. The creature's name was Shadow, and to anyone from another world, it would look dangerous, too dangerous. But to Mina, Shadow was like a big cat. She had raised him since he was a baby. He followed her everywhere. He guarded her at night. Once, when a group of robbers came to steal from the farm, Shadow chased them into the forest. No one was hurt. But they never returned. Mina's parents didn't call for help. They just gave Shadow a full meal and thanked him. On a mining world called Ruvenine, a human named Sujin worked deep underground with her companion, a giant claw beast named Goro. He was thick-skinned, strong enough to break rocks with one swipe. Sujin didn't treat him like a tool. She treated him like a partner. When a tunnel collapsed, Goro was the one who found the trapped workers. He dug through dust and stone, growled when he located them, and waited calmly as Sujin pulled people free. Later, at the colony bar, a Zentari engineer looked at Goro amazed. "You live with that thing." "Yes," said Sujin. "Don't you worry, it'll eat you someday." Sujin smiled. "No, he trusts me. I trust him. That's the human way." The Zentari man blinked. "You bond with your predators? Not?" Just bond, she said. We raised them. On another world, a small trade planet called Novia, a human trader named Youngwoo walked the market with a flying beast on his shoulder. The creature had small wings now, but would grow larger. It was called a flare worm, known for setting fire to anything it didn't like. But this one, named Blaze, was calm. Youngwoo had rescued it from a smuggler ship, nursed it back to health, taught it tricks, protected it, and Blaze protected him back. People didn't try to cheat Youngwoo anymore. Not after they saw what happened when Blaze got mad. Back at the station, Hannah finished her talk. Polite clapping followed. Nothing loud, just polite. A tall alien nodded. Very informative. Thank you for your story. Hannah smiled, but inside, she felt the same weight. Outside the room, Jin met her. They still think we're cute, don't they? She asked quietly. Jin nodded. Yeah, but not for long. She looked at him. Why not? Jin grinned. 'Cause we're not just raising animals anymore. What are we raising then? Hannah asked. He looked at her and said softly, We're raising the galaxy's deadliest creatures, and they're starting to love us. Hannah blinked, and she smiled. A true smile this time, because deep down, she knew. Things were about to change. Word of the humans' strange bond with alien predators began to spread across the galaxy. Stories came in from faraway planets, strange outposts, and crowded trade ports. At first the aliens laughed. They thought it was charming, quirky, even sweet. But soon the laughter stopped. The stories weren't funny anymore. They were gripping, startling, unsettling. On a wild jungle moon called Baron 3, a teenage boy named Min-jae lived near the edge of a research colony. The jungles there were home to deadly flying hunters called Zelvax. These creatures had sharp wings, long claws, and could tear through armor in seconds. No alien dared walk near the forest alone, but Min-jae did. He had rescued a baby Zelvic 2 years ago. It had a broken wing. Fixed it. Fed it. Named it Sky. Now Sky followed him everywhere, flying above when he walked, perching on his shoulder, and screaming if anyone got too close. When a supply thief tried to rob Min-jae one night, Sky dropped from the sky like a blade and pinned the thief without. The colony chief stared at the beast in fear. How are you still alive? Min-jae just smiled. We take care of each other. On a space station near the borders of the Terran Empire, a mechanic named Soman worked beside a creature that most people locked behind walls, a drill hound. Known for chewing through rock, metal, and bone, his drill hound, Coda, was quiet, smart, and huge. Salman had raised her from birth. Coda helped with repairs, fetched tools, and even pushed open heavy doors when the station's power failed during an explosion in the cargo bay. Coda dragged 2 engineers to safety before emergency crews even arrived. One of the aliens she saved cried after seeing the blood on her claws. You train this thing? They asked. No, Salman replied. We trust each other, that's all. The alien blinked, stunned, back on the floating station near Velen, where it all started. The Galactic Council called a private meeting. Alien leaders filled the round room. They played clips from across the galaxy, humans walking beside spike-tailed beasts, sleeping under the wings of plasma birds, hugging creatures with teeth longer than swords. This is no longer cute, said a blue-skinned ambassador. It is dangerous. They are building weapons, said another. No, said an elder from the Euron species. They are building something worse. They are forming bonds, and that kind of connection can't be broken. Back outside, Hannah. Lee stood near a window, looking out into the stars. Jin Park joined her. They're scared now, Jin said. Hannah nodded slowly. They finally see us for what we are. Not soft, Jin added. Not weak, she said. Just human. Across the station, a demonstration was being held. Humans were invited to show how they trained their alien partners. At first, the alien audience came out of curiosity, but they stayed because they were fascinated. On the open platform, a young girl named Arium walked beside a glowing beast with long legs and flashing red eyes. It was a void runner, known to move faster than sound and vanish in light. It was called Flint, and it bowed when Ariam spoke. She showed how Flint could fetch items, track scents, even warn her before danger came. She whispered one command, and Flint darted across the field and returned. Before the crowd could blink, silence filled the viewing area, then applause. Nervous, unsure, but real. In the next demonstration, a boy named Kyung stood beside a huge beast covered in thick armor plates, a grox, feared even by military ships. His grox named Namu stood calmly as Kyung spoke about raising him from a rescued egg. "I didn't train him with fear," Kyung said simply. "I trained him with care. He doesn't fight because I tell him to. He fights because he wants to protect me." Suddenly, it didn't seem so silly or cute. It was powerful, strong, deep. That night, alien ambassadors met again. "They are not building an army," one said. "They are growing families," whispered another. "With the most terrifying creatures in the galaxy, we must reconsider our view of Earth," the elder Euron said. "They are not children. They are something new." On Earth, in a quiet mountain valley, a small school had opened. It was called Unity Academy. Human children studied beside alien predators. Together, they learned science, art, and loyalty. One student, a boy named Taijun, sat beside his bond partner, a two-headed frost beast called Echo. He gave her snacks and patted her head as she hummed in return. Visitors who watched them said it was touching. Some called it heartwarming, others said it was dangerous. But no one called it cute anymore. The galaxy began to change, slowly. Quietly but surely, humans were becoming more than just explorers. More than soft-skinned diplomats. They were becoming something respected, something unforgettable. Because humans did what no other species could, they turned monsters into friends, and in the darkest corners of the galaxy, where even warlords feared to go, a whisper started to spread. If you see a human walking with a beast, don't laugh, don't mock, don't challenge. Because if that monster loves them, what does that say about the human?